welcome to Smart Stock Watch, your go-to channel for in-depth financial analysis. Today is May 27th, 2025, and we're diving into AutoZone's latest earnings report for the third quarter of fiscal year 2025. Joining us is John, a senior analyst from Smart Stock Watch. John, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. AutoZone has just released their Q3 results, and there's a lot to unpack, from sales growth to margin pressures and strategic initiatives.
Revenue and profitability overview. Let's start with the top line. AutoZone reported net sales of $4.5 billion for the third quarter, marking a 5.4% increase from the same period last year. John, what are the key drivers behind this growth?
The growth in net sales is primarily driven by a 5.4% increase in same-store sales, with domestic sales up by 5.0%. This indicates strong performance in their core markets. However, it's important to note that the gross margin decreased by 77 basis points to 52.7%, impacted by higher inventory shrink and startup costs for new distribution centers.
And how did these factors affect their profitability?
Operating profit decreased by 3.8% to $866.2 million, and net income fell by 6.6% to $608.4 million. The margin pressures and increased operating expenses, primarily due to self-insurance and growth investments, contributed to this decline.
EPS performance and analyst expectations. AutoZone reported an EPS of 35.36, which is below the forecasted 36.78 from a survey of 12 analysts. John, what does this miss mean for the company?
The EPS miss of 3.9% is significant as it reflects the challenges AutoZone faced this quarter, particularly with margin pressures and increased expenses. While sales were strong, the cost factors weighed heavily on their earnings, leading to this shortfall against expectations.
How might this impact investor sentiment?
Investors might be concerned about the margin pressures and the company's ability to manage costs effectively. However, the strong sales growth could provide some reassurance about the company's market position and future potential.
Strategic initiatives and market expansion. AutoZone has been expanding its footprint, with 84 new stores open this quarter. How does this align with their strategic goals?
AutoZone's strategy focuses on expanding both domestically and internationally. They opened 54 new stores in the U.S., 25 in Mexico, and 5 in Brazil, bringing their total store count to 7,516. This expansion supports their goal of increasing market presence and driving sales growth.
And what about their international performance?
Internationally, AutoZone reported an 8.1% increase in same-store sales on a constant currency basis, which is impressive. This growth highlights their successful penetration in international markets despite currency fluctuations impacting reported sales.
Operational efficiencies and future outlook. John, let's talk about operational efficiencies. AutoZone's gross margin was under pressure this quarter. What are the company's plans to address this?
AutoZone's CEO, Daniele, mentioned that while gross margins were pressured, they expect improvement as new distribution centers ramp up and merchandise margins increase. The company is also focused on optimizing their cost structure to enhance profitability.
And looking ahead, what can we expect from AutoZone?
AutoZone is well prepared for the summer selling season, which is typically strong for automotive parts. They are committed to investing in growth while maintaining a disciplined approach to capital returns, aiming to deliver strong shareholder value.
Key takeaways. In summary, AutoZone delivered solid sales growth and continued its strategic expansion, although it faced challenges with margin pressures and missed EPS expectations. John, any final thoughts on AutoZone's investment prospects?
AutoZone remains a strong player in the automotive parts industry, with robust sales growth and strategic market expansion. While the EPS miss is a concern, their focus on operational improvements and market opportunities could drive future performance.
Thank you, John, for your insights. And thank you to our viewers for tuning in. If you found this analysis helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Smart Stock Watch. We'd love to hear your thoughts on AutoZone's performance in the comments below.